गुड मॉर्निंग मेरे प्यारे बच्चों। हमारा आज का टॉपिक है बच्चों सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इन वाउचीरिया। तो जो क्वेश्चन सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन पे जो क्वेश्चन आता है ये लेंथी क्वेश्चन ही आएगा बच्चों, ठीक है, और डायरेक्ट आएगा। डिस्क्राइब द प्रोसेस ऑफ सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इन वाउचीरिया इन डिटेल। Sexual reproduction is oogamous type, again just like that of Oedogonium. Oogamous type of reproduction means where we have a male gamete in the form of a very minute and highly motile structure, and female gamete is in the form of a large immotile structure called egg or ovum. Male reproductive structure is called antheridium, and the female reproductive structure is called oogonium. And most of the species of Vaucheria are monoecious or bisexual. That means Antheridia and Oogonia are formed on same thallus. Most of the, remember my dear students, that in Vaucheria most of the species are monoecious or bisexual. Now, just like that of Oedogonium, the formation of reproductive structures is induced by the still water, means just like that of a Oedogonium, majority of the Vaucheria species they undergo sexual reproduction when they are growing in still water और running water में कोई sexual structures नहीं बन पाते हैं. On the basis of a position of reproductive structures, that means on the basis of a position of Antheridia and Oogonia, the monoecious species are of two types. ठीक है बच्चों, one type is a sessilis, second one is a geminata type. The first, what is sessilis type? In sessilis type, the reproductive structures in the form of Antheridia and Oogonia, which are formed in close vicinity, they are formed close to each other. Okay? And they are formed directly on thallus, main thallus. Means the reproductive structures grow directly on main thallus are called a sessilis type of reproductive structures. Okay? For example, Vaucheria sessilis, for the first time this was observed in this species. Okay? Vaucheria sessilis, and here we can see this is the part of a part of main thallus, from which or on which a male reproductive structure in the form of a longer curved structure called antheridium and female reproductive structure in the form of a globular structure called oogonium are arising directly from the main thallus. Now, one point to note that antheridia, whenever is formed in Vaucheria, it is a stalked structure because this portion is called the stalk of antheridium, whereas the female reproductive structure called oogonium formed will either be a sessile or subsessile structure. Here we can see a subsessile oogonium because it has a short stalk with which oogonium and antheridium remains attached to the main thallus. ये याद रखना है बच्चों, ठीक है. जो एंथेरिडियम के केस में दिस अपर कार्ब्ड पोर्शन in fact it becomes the main body of antheridium, whereas lower portion it becomes the stalk, and antherozoids are formed in this upper curved portion. ठीक है बच्चों, ये याद रखना है. So this is a sessilis type of reproductive structures. Second is, okay, this is the original image. ये ठीक है, दिस पोर्शन इज एंथीरिडियम, दिस इज एंथीरिडियम स्टॉक। इसके बाद का जो हिस्सा है जो थोड़ा स्पष्ट नहीं दिख रहा है बच्चों, दिस इज द कर्व्ड पोर्शन, अपर कर्व्ड पोर्शन, दिस इज द मेन बॉडी ऑफ एंथीरिडियम, वेयर एज दिस इज oogonia। इनफैक्ट जो ये वाला स्ट्रक्चर है बच्चों, ये फर्टिलाइज्ड एग है, फर्टिलाइजेशन हो चुका हुआ है, एक थिक वॉल्ड स्ट्रक्चर बन चुका है, दैट मींस दिस इज डिप्लॉयड जाइगोट। बट द मेन पर्पस टू शो दिस image was just to tell you that how these reproductive structures actually look. This is main thallus, and these are arising directly on main thallus. That means these type of reproductive structures are called a sessilis type of reproductive structures. You need not to draw this diagram. ये diagram सिर्फ समझने के लिए बच्चों, ये आपको ड्रा करने की जरूरत नहीं है, ना तो इसको ड्रा करना है। The second type of reproductive structures are called Geminata type. In this case, the reproductive structures called Antheridia and Oogonia, they are formed on special branches, special upright branches, and these branches in turn are arising from the main thallus. You can cite the example in the form of Vaucheria, Geminata. ये आगे इमेज दिखा के आपको मैं क्लियर कर दूंगा। दिस इज द पार्ट ऑफ मेन थैलस, ठीक है, फ्रॉम वेयर अ स्पेशलाइज्ड स्ट्रक्चर अराइजेस, एन वर्टिकल short branch on which female reproductive structures called oogonia and male reproductive structures called antheridia arise. So this type of reproductive structures are called geminata type of reproductive structures, and again the antheridium and oogonia formed are antheridium is a stalked structure, whereas the oogonium may either be a sessile or subsessile structure. So remember this fact, my dear students. Again, you need not to draw this diagram also. These are the original images to show geminata type of reproductive structures. This is the part of thallus where you can see aseptate condition. There is no septum formation. This is the special branch which is arising vertically from main axis and on which some roundish or globular structures called oogonia are formed, and a carved structure called antheridia are formed. So again, you need not to draw this diagram. The purpose to show this image was just to make you familiar with the structures, with the sessilis type of reproductive structures and the geminata type of reproductive structures. Now, development of oogonia and antheridia is same in both cases, in sessilis type as well as in geminata type. So we will discuss the development in only one type, ठीक है? And here we are taking the sessilis type, जिसको हम आगे के आने वाले स्लाइड्स में हम डील करेंगे मेरे प्यारे बच्चों। अब एक और फैक्ट याद रखना है, जो oogonia और antheridia बनते हैं बच्चों, ये क्लोज टू ईच अदर बनते हैं। जो पिछले दो इमेजेस देख चुके हैं वहां से आपको क्लियर हो गया होगा, ठीक है? ये दूर दूर नहीं बनते हैं, चाहे वो सेसिलिस टाइप हो चाहे वो जेमिनेटा टाइप हो। और एक और फैक्ट हमको मालूम है कि मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द species are monoecious. So we will see both type of reproductive structures being formed on a same thallus. ठीक है बच्चों, तो सबसे पहले हम लेंगे डेवलपमेंट ऑफ oogonia. What happens? Oogonia can be formed at any part. थैलस में कहीं भी बन सकते हैं बच्चों, ठीक है? फिर मैं वही फिर अपने मजाकिया अंदाज में बोलूंगा, जैसे ही इसको बायोलॉजिकल इंफॉर्मेशन मिलता है बच्चों, है ना, आकाशवाणी होती है, ओके वाउचीरिया, नाउ इट इज टाइम फॉर यू टू प्रोड्यूस रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर्स, ठीक है? ठीक है, तो थैलस बोलता है ओके आई विल स्टार्ट मेकिंग रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर्स। जैसे ही इसको इंफॉर्मेशन मिलता है, व्हाट हैपेंस, द साइट or the portion on thallus which has been destined or which has been selected to form the reproductive structure, what happens, the materials start rushing towards it, or materials which include good quantity of food along with many nuclei and along with many chromatophores start rushing towards it, okay, towards that selected portion. As a result, the cytoplasm in that region becomes a little dense as compared to the normal cytoplasm. ठीक है, तो लिटरेचर में आप लोगों को एक टर्म दिया गया है वंडर प्लाज्म. दिस वंडर प्लाज्म इज नथिंग बट द accumulated dense mass of cytoplasm in the region where antheridia and oogonia are to be formed. ठीक है बच्चों, तो ये जो इमेजेस हैं ये कॉमन इमेजेस बनाया है मैंने. ठीक है, आप लोगों ने भी कॉमन वाला ही इमेज बनाना है. दीज आर द इमेजेस टू बी ड्रॉन बाय यू पीपल. ये आपको ड्रा करना पड़ेगा बच्चों. ठीक है, कॉमन इमेज बनाया है. ठीक है, जो डेवलपमेंट आपने oogonia और एंथेरिडिया का लिखना है वो अलग अलग से लिखोगे, लेकिन डायग्राम एक ही बनाना है बच्चों. ठीक है, so this portion has been selected for formation of antheridium and this has been selected for formation of oogonium. Material start rushing towards it. ठीक है, as a result an outgrowth takes place. ठीक है, इस रीजन पे फिलामेंट का इस पोर्शन पे एक आउटग्रोथ आएगा. ठीक है, और जो एंथेरिडियम आउटग्रोज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ a curved structure, whereas oogonium it outgrows in the form of a globular structure. ठीक है बच्चों, तो this is the first diagram, this is second diagram. ठीक है, this one is third. What happens when material start rushing towards it? ठीक है, तो एक आउटग्रोथ आता है और जो हिस्सा एंथेरिडियम बनेगा that shows a tubular outgrowth firstly. ठीक है, later on it becomes a curved tubular structure, whereas the portion which has been selected for formation of oogonium it becomes globular. ठीक है, material keep on rushing and the future oogonium becomes globular, whereas future antheridium becomes a tubular curved structure. Finally मैं दोनों का डेवलपमेंट साथ साथ ही बताऊंगा. ठीक है बच्चों, फिर आगे के स्लाइड में मैं जस्ट रीड करता रहूंगा. फाइनली व्हाट हैपेंस फॉर एंथेरिडियम फॉर्मेशन, दिस लॉन्ग ट्यूबुलर कर्व्ड स्ट्रक्चर इन द मिडल पोर्शन अ सेप्टम इज डेवलप्ड. ठीक है, एज अ रिजल्ट दिस टर्मिनल पोर्शन गेट्स डिलिमिटेड फ्रॉम द रेस्ट ऑफ द थैलस. ठीक है, this terminal curved delimited structure becomes antheridium, whereas lower portion of this tubular outgrowth it becomes stalk which remains in continuation with rest of the thallus. ठीक है, यह कंटिन्यूटी में रहेगा, जबकि जो ऊपर का एंथेरिडियम डिफरेंशिएट होता है उसमें हमको मालूम है बहुत सारे न्यूक्लियाई अरेस्ट हो जाते हैं. देयर आर इट कंटेन्स मेनी न्यूक्लियाई एंड किताब में लिखा हुआ है कि these nuclei undergo once mitosis. ठीक है, and then each of the nucleus along with a part of cytoplasm develop two flagella, two unequal and different type of flagella and become antherozoids. And finally those antherozoids are liberated by gelatinization of antheridium at distal end by the formation of a pore. Gelatinization of a wall portion occurs. As a result, the freshly formed antherozoids, which are reniform, biflagellated, heterocontic condition biflagellated structures called antherozoids. ये मैं आगे के स्लाइड में बताऊंगा बच्चों. Similarly, what happens in case of oogonium? That the material keep on rushing towards the selected portion. ठीक है, as a result it outgrows and makes a globular mass, and finally what happens in this globular mass a large number of food material stores and a large number of nuclei move to this portion along with a large number of chromatophores. Finally what happens that all the nuclei come back to the main thallus except one only one nucleus remains there which functions as female nucleus. ठीक है, and by the time a septum is laid down at the bottom of this globular portion, so that this terminal globular portion now becomes our female reproductive structure called oogonium, and its protoplast enclosing a female nucleus, it becomes our female gamete called egg or ovum. And remember one thing, that this oogonium formed is always either a subsessile or a sessile structure. So this is it, the structure of last diagram. Last diagram you have to draw बच्चों, ठीक है. This is mature oogonium, the structure of mature oogonium and mature antheridium. At maturity, what happens? That at the distal portion of the oogonial wall, it gelatinizes and it creates a pore called receptive spot, and finally it secretes out a part of or a drop of cytoplasm outside through this receptive spot, and that sends chemical signals to the antherozoids. ठीक है, whereas in second case, in this case, this lower portion, it remains as a stalk of antheridium which is in direct continuation with the rest of the thallus, whereas the upper delimited portion becomes antheridium which encloses many nuclei along with many chromatophores and food material. And finally what happens, each of this nucleus along with a part of cytoplasm develop two flagella and become antherozoid. And according to the literature, it has been cited in your literatures that after the formation of septum, each of the nuclei arrested in this terminal portion called antheridium, they undergo mitosis once, okay, so as to double the number of nuclei. And finally each nucleus along with a part of cytoplasm, it develops two flagella and becomes an antherozoid. तो मैं आगे के स्लाइड को सिंपली रीड करता रहूंगा बच्चों, ठीक है. तो फर्स्टली वी विल डील विद द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ oogonium. Oogonium arises as an lateral outgrowth either on main thallus in case of sessile type or on special branch, for example in case of the geminata type. It swells and accumulates a dense protoplasm which is also called wonderplasm, ठीक है, containing large amount of chromatophore, large number of chromatophores, nuclei and large amount of reserve food material. More material rush towards it. As a result, it becomes large, globular in shape, and a septum is laid down just below this globular structure that limits upper globular structure from rest of the thallus, and that globular structure becomes oogonium. Next, what happens? All the nuclei either move back to main thallus or disintegrate except one, which becomes the female nucleus. Finally, this globular structure enclosing one female nucleus, it becomes a sessile or subsessile female reproductive structure called oogonium. At maturity, oogonium develops a beak at distal end. This is oogonium, a sessile or subsessile oogonium. It develops a beak which gelatinizes at tip. It develops a beak at distal end which gelatinizes to form a receptive spot to receive antherozoids. Now second is development of antheridium. इसके लिए ये मैंने डबल हो गया है बच्चों, ये इमेजेस आपने पिछले इमेज से ही काम चला लेना है बच्चों, ये डबल डायग्राम ड्रा नहीं करना है आप लोगों ने, ठीक है मेरे प्यारे बच्चों. और एंथेरिडियम कैसे बनता है और एंथेरोजोइड्स कैसे बनते हैं वो भी मैं समझा चुका हूं. अब इस आगे मैं स्लाइड सिर्फ रीड करता रहूंगा बच्चों, ठीक है। एंथीरिडियम आल्सो जस्ट लाइक दैट ऑफ ओगोनियम arises as a lateral outgrowth either on main thallus again in case of sessilis type or on special branch in case of geminata type. A protoplasm along with many nuclei and chromatophores start rushing towards it. As a result, it elongates. Unlike oogonium, oogonium becomes globular. It elongates and becomes a curved tubular structure. A septum is laid down that delimits the upper curved portion from rest of the thallus. ठीक है? Whereas the lower portion of tubular outgrowth remains in continuity with the rest of the thallus and it becomes the stalk of antheridium, whereas the upper curved portion it becomes antheridium, ठीक है, and the lower portion it becomes the stalk of antheridium. As we know that the antheridium encloses many nuclei. Each nucleus, finally what happens, each nucleus along with a part of cytoplasm differentiates into a biflagellated एंथीरोजोइड। तो आप लोग चाहे किताब के हिसाब से भी लिख सकते हो, या तो किताब के हिसाब से क्या है बच्चों कि जैसे ही टर्मिनल जो कर्व्ड पोर्शन और मेन एंथीरिडियम डिफरेंशिएट हो जाता है, जितने न्यूक्लियाई प्रेजेंट हैं सारे के सारे एक बारी माइटोसिस करते हैं। वो किस लिए करते हैं बच्चों? ताकि न्यूक्लियाई का नंबर डबल हो जाए, ताकि ज्यादा मात्रा में एंथीरोजोइड्स बन पाए। तो वैसा लिखना चाहो वैसे भी लिख सकते हो, ठीक है। और एक जो एंथीरोजोइड्स बनते हैं मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, दीज आर रेनिफॉर्म स्ट्रक्चर्स, मींस किडनी शेप्ड स्ट्रक्चर्स बच्चों, ठीक है। एंड ईच एंथीरोजोइड हैज लेटरली इंसर्टेड two unequal and different flagella. This portion is anterior side and this portion is posterior side. So towards posterior side it has one whiplash type of flagella, shorter whiplash, and towards anterior side it has longer a tinsel type of flagellum. ठीक है, किताब में टिंसल को शॉर्ट किया है, whiplash को लॉन्ग किया है, ऐसा नहीं है बच्चों। tinsel flagellum towards anterior side it is longer, ठीक है, just like the structure resembles to that of the flagella found in synzoospore. This is it. Finally, entherozoids are released through a pore created by gelatinization of wall at apex of antheridium. ये आगे के स्लाइड से पता चल जाएगा बच्चों, ठीक है। हो गया है हमारा एंथीरिडियम बन गया, एंथीरोजोइड्स बन गए, ओगोनियम बन गया, उसके अंदर के एग और ओवम बन गया है। अब नेक्स्ट इवेंट क्या होगा बच्चों? फर्टिलाइजेशन। व्हाट हैपेंस एट मैच्योरिटी? ओगोनियम इट creates a receptive spot by gelatinization of that beak structure, distally located beak structure, as well as the antheridium distal portion also gelatinizes so as to release these biflagellated entherozoids. Finally, what happens? The oogonium it oozes out a drop of cytoplasm for attracting entherozoids. As a result, entherozoids start moving towards it and fertilize. The one which enters first that becomes successful, okay? And finally, fertilization occurs. How fertilization occurs, I think I need not to elaborate now because it has been elaborated many times earlier. ठीक है बच्चों, वो किताब में एक पॉइंट लिखा हो बच्चों कि मेल न्यूक्लियस कम्स क्लोज टू ईच अदर एंड एनलार्जेस इन साइज एंड बिकम डब इक्वल टू द फीमेल न्यूक्लियस। ये ऐसा होता ही नहीं है बच्चों। फॉर व्हाट पर्पस? वी नो दैट अ स्पीशीज विद इन अ स्पीशीज, ठीक है, स्पीशीज का मतलब क्या होता है बच्चों कि जो नेचुरली और फ्रीली इंटरब्रीड करने वाले दो अपोजिट ऑर्गेनिजम्स होंगे, ठीक है, जो कर पाते हैं वो स्पीशीज कहलाते हैं। और रिमेंबर वन थिंग दैट विद इन अ स्पीशीज साइज ऑफ जीनोम इज सेम, दैट मींस साइज ऑफ फीमेल न्यूक्लियस एंड मेल न्यूक्लियस शुड बी सेम। So there is no question for enlargement of the size of a male nucleus as explained in our literatures. ये कोई जरूरत नहीं है बच्चों, ठीक है, कोई नहीं लिखना है ऐसी चीजें, ठीक है। तो मेल न्यूक्लियस छोटा होगा, फीमेल न्यूक्लियस बड़ा होगा, ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है। तो इस पॉइंट को आप लोगों ने छोड़ देना है मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, ठीक है। एंड फाइनली फर्टिलाइजेशन अकर्स। फर्टिलाइजेशन मींस फ्यूजन ऑफ न्यूक्लियाई, कारियोगेमी, एंड देन फ्यूजन ऑफ साइटोप्लाज्म मींस साइटोगेमी, ठीक है। एंड रिजल्टेंट स्ट्रक्चर इज a diploid zygote which synthesizes a thick cell wall around itself, ठीक है। आगे मैं सिर्फ रीड करता रहूंगा बच्चों। Mature oogonium oozes out a drop of cytoplasm through the distally located receptive spot to attract entherozoids. As a result, entherozoids start rushing towards oogonium chemotactically, and one reaches that first enters into oogonium through the receptive spot and fertilization occurs. The fertilized egg synthesizes a thick cell wall. It has been cited in literature that it is 3 to 7 layered cell wall. So you can write that, and it becomes a zygote. Zygote liberates by decay of oogonial wall and undergoes a period of rest for few months. With this, the topic of sexual reproduction finishes. इसके बाद जो आगे छोटा सा पोर्शन है बच्चों, ये पोस्ट सेक्सुअल डेवलपमेंट है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ जर्मिनेशन ऑफ जाइगोट, ठीक है। व्हाट हैपेंस ऑन अप्रोच ऑफ फेवरेबल कंडीशन, जाइगोट जर्मिनेट्स, बट प्रायर टू जर्मिनेशन इट अंडरगोज meiosis. Zygote has diploid nucleus. It undergoes meiosis to produce 4 haploid nuclei, and these 4 haploid nuclei will undergo repeated mitotic divisions with the growth or development of the thallus, which is formed in the form of a singular tubular outgrowth, ठीक है। आगे मैं रीड करूंगा क्योंकि मुझे लगता है टाइम होने वाला है नहीं तो, ठीक है। Zygote germinates on approach of favorable conditions. Before germination, it undergoes meiosis to produce 4 haploid nuclei. Finally, it germinates by giving out a tubular outgrowth. Now, important thing बच्चों, simultaneously what happens, एक काम हो रहा है, ट्यूबुलर आउटग्रोथ एक्सटेंड कर रहा है, बड़ा हो रहा है, ठीक है, क्योंकि इसने एक वेजिटेटिव थैलस बनाना है। दूसरा इवेंट जो क्या होगा बच्चों, that the haploid nuclei keep on undergoing repeated mitotic divisions without cytokinesis. Means chirokinesis keep on going without followed by cytokinesis, so that the freshly formed thallus, it becomes acellular sinocytic or multinucleate thallus. Why? Because we know that in all the species of Vaucheria, the thallus is always an acellular sinocytic और multinucleate thallus, ठीक है बच्चों। तभी पिछले इमेज में मैंने बताया। एक बात तो डिफरेंस ये है जूओस्पोर से या सिनजूओस्पोर के जर्मिनेशन से, कि सिनजूओस्पोर जब जर्मिनेट करता है या एप्लेनोस्पोर जब जर्मिनेट करते हैं, they give 2 tubular outgrowths, whereas when the zygote germinates, it gives only 1 tubular outgrowth. This is one fact during germination which you have to remember. Second is that these four haploid nuclei, they keep on dividing repeatedly, so that finally when a fresh thallus is formed, it encloses many nuclei, so that the thallus becomes a multinucleate acellular structure. With this, sexual reproduction portion finishes. In next lecture, we will deal with the life cycle in Vaucheria. Thank you very much, मेरे प्यारे बच्चों. Have a nice day.